welcome back. And oh, right, yeah, I see the bombers you're just talking about. I was going to call you Oliver, then I was going to call you William, but your name's actually Jonathan.
What's my name?
What's my name? Okay, so he's flying from Kiev. Right, all-out war has broken out with Ukraine, by the way. And we're a couple of days off the last update. They landed up here. Got some bombers coming in. Oh, come on, you guys, give us the lowdown then.
Look at the range on these bombers, like, firstly, if you zoom out.
Do you know what? I'm really quite gutted because I was going to send a mobile SAM near Addis Ababa, but I didn't think they'd come back with the bombers.
It doesn't really
So,
matter. The worst that's going to happen is this city's going to go rogue, which won't be ideal.
yeah, it's gutting because I've got a SAM nearby-ish. He's really not that far. Really not. How long is it going to take him to get there? 8 minutes. Yeah. I could put my SAM in the way for the next, if he comes the next time.
Yeah, that would work, because it'll be flying over it and you'd be able to hit it on the way back too.
Yeah. I'll put him in the way. Do I get any buffs in different terrain? No, it's just a negative buff in jungles, so... Alright, I'll put myself right in his flight path in the middle. And he'll be back in, what, 8 hours or something? God knows what the run is on that. Let's see where he's...
It's like 4 hours.
Yeah, okay. That's fine. I've got a mobile SAM on our victory site, and you've got loads of AA. Anyway, go on, run us through what's happened in the last couple of days anyway.
Yeah, so I just happened to be on at 4 in the morning, and he's landed up some tank destroyers, some basic infantry, no anti-air. So he's taken my city, Master Mature, which doesn't really matter at all because I haven't got any fuel. I haven't got any need for extra fuel, and he's
Yeah.
brought in reinforcements there. It seems to be just Ukraine right now. Um, yeah, and he's also had these bombers, so he went to attack the victory site first of all. He's made the clever move of destroying infrastructure, which does make a lot of sense. But fortunately, I managed to build a combat outpost in time, and that sponged a lot of the damage, so the airfield was intact. And I'd already preemptively started moving some of my anti-air back to the victory site, so that's quite lucky. And then he's destroyed this other airport in Eastern Africa. That doesn't particularly matter right now, um, because we've eliminated most of the resistance on this eastern side. You're going to be taking some of the East African Federation's remaining cities, and I'll clean up Ethiopia. But yeah, Ukraine is intent on invading us, but he's just gone straight for the nearest place. So it's not the biggest threat right now, but we do need to nip it in the bud and keep him locked out of this area.
Yeah. Okay, and yeah, okay. So we're boosting up the victory site.
He's got a stack of troops that he's just moved in an extra set of reinforcements onto Mars and Matrua. Could you possibly attack that with your strikes? Because I think it's um, the bomber's a nice, easy target, but it's currently just a distraction right now.
Yeah, alright, fair enough. Take him down on their next flight in, maybe.
Yeah, yeah, 100%.
Would
And
be
I think
quite
it would
big.
only take like one SAM turret to do a fair bit of damage. I just attacked his bombers with my strikes earlier, and I got one down to about 7 health.
Yeah.
Because they've got absolutely no defense against other
Mm.
planes.
Yeah, they are weak.
Yeah.
So where's that stack? So that's just south of Master Mature then. Okay.
There's one. There's like one or two infantry southeast, because he kind of like looped around
Yeah.
anti-clockwise. But there's a
Alright.
stack on Master Mature, so I'm going for the one at the southeast. If you could go for the
Okay.
one directly on the city, that would be ideal.
Yeah, no worries.
It's probably got about an hour left
Yeah.
to disembark.
Oh, okay, yeah, catch it. Yeah, I mean the in terms of like actual percentage health, you way more damage to a boat when it's just disembarking. Um,
Well, not with strikes actually, because they don't do a lot of
yeah,
damage to boats.
but you don't take any defensive damage back is the bonus.
Yeah, that is the main
Um,
bonus. So, they're essentially free attacks, but
yeah.
you'll find that units will often be able to disembark. It took him like 2.5 hours to disembark, so it was more just time to prepare how I was going to fend him
Mm.
off. I've lost one strike, and he's lost maybe like 3 or 4 troops so far. So it's going okay.
Oh, have you seen this flight path for these planes going from Transcaucasia
It's really
Yeah,
odd, isn't it?
all the way
we think
to
they've lost their airfield, Tim, and that they're going to the next
right,
nearest friendly territory. It's really odd. So Transcaucasia are over here, the purple
oh yeah, that would be
zone,
interesting.
and they've got no airfield. I don't know why they don't have an airfield. Oh, do you think Ukraine has bombed them? Um,
Possibly.
that might make
So,
sense.
did you see in the last couple of days how low the so Zambia's capital was on like 18% morale um in the last couple of days, and it actually went rogue in the end. I don't know what happened to it to get the morale so low. It's recovered its population a little bit now, but Lusaka, like in the center of Zambia, um, by the river,
Oh wow,
Yeah,
1.8
I
that's
don't,
really
population.
odd.
I don't know who was attacking them, like to get it that low. I don't really understand what was going on there. So maybe Ukraine had something to do with that as well. I think
They've,
that's a bit out of range of the bombers, though. I
they've
don't
been
know.
doing Ukraine have been doing some morale hits, haven't they? With agents, is that right?
Yeah,
Mm,
and he's been doing them in the middle of the day, and the ones that are scheduled at night as well. So some of them are instant. So he started off attacking our fuel cities with these agent attacks and stealing resources. He's also stolen some of my supplies. He's tried to corrupt cities too, and for all we know, he could be putting intelligence ops on the cities. But what's interesting is, are we putting intelligence ops on back on Ukraine?
Can do. I'm a bit short of money because I've just put counter ups on all my home
Well,
cities.
what
When I,
what's happened is we saw some units that Ukraine had in Hungary's territory before. Um,
oh,
so hang on, did I put intel on Vicenza? Possibly. No, I've only got counter ops, but basically we were able to see some of their units, and I think
I never saw
what
that.
happens is it can be retaliatory. So if you attack an enemy city, there's a chance you'll lose one of your agents, and then presumably they give up information about the troops in your home city. So they've inadvertently let us know what they have, and actually it was Hungary. He's got some quite high level SAMs and rocket launchers, so that's something we need to react to.
Oh god. Okay. Hmm.
I was thinking about building helicopters to deal with that as like a last line of defense. And already because
Hmm.
of these bombers, I'm going to start reinforcing all air bases with a theatre defense, and we could do with some SAM turrets there too.
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely. So, and I'm moving a rocket up to the victory site as well. Got a Sam in front, so they have to pass through me if the bombers want to have a go.
Well, make sure you're at war with him as well when he does
Yeah.
do another run over.
I am now because I did have my Sam in the Bahir Dar complex and I wasn't at war with him. And then I thought, oh, I'll move my Sam over to the victory site then because he's never going to come back 'cause he's already done a load of damage to Addis Ababa, but he's just sending him back. So that's
If
very
you go
odd.
to war now, there's a very slim chance you could catch him on the way back.
With the Sam,
Yeah, I
mm,
reckon.
he's well, here it says he's going to hit Addis Ababa in about 20 seconds or whatever, and then it'll take him about 10-15 minutes to get back past. I'm hours away from.
We've seen the range of the SAM turrets can be greater than the actual range it states on there, though. It's very effective. And the other thing to consider is these heavy bombers. They move very slowly. They go at speed of 10, whatever that is. But say for example, Tim's strikes, they go at 12. Yes, there is a difference. He's got them at quite a high level, so they're faster than the base level bombers. And I think they're nearly at a high enough level where he can start researching stealth bombers, and that would be very formidable.
Ooh, that would be nasty. Yeah. I've had them before.
Mm.
I'm building theatre defence. I've got my first theatre defence in 2 hours, and I'm going to put it in between my three sort of most important homeland cities. Then I've got I'm just pumping out theatre defence and mobile SAMs for now, and then move my big stack down south to take out these guys. And we'll keep going through Africa, won't we? Okay, so we've got a Zambia has got motorised infantry and a main battle tank level 3. Ouch.
I think I'm. Wait, where are my planes? Oh, they're hovering that city. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Let's get back on that then.
Oh yeah. Cause main battle tanks are totally helpless against. They've got no defense against planes, so that's cool. Yeah, we'll have Africa sealed off before long. We're all kind of focusing on it, and then fighting this war in the north.
Really struggling for supplies in the meantime. Like I'm not 100% sure that my supplies aren't being siphoned off by Hungary or somebody else.
What's your production per hour?
254, and I'm struggling to research a couple of things a day and build on 150.
You need like 300 an hour, don't you, to really start having enough.
Yeah.
To build, one or two sports a day and researching 2 things at all times.
I mean, I should look to annex a supply city. Components is all right. Ridiculous amounts of fuel, electronics, and rares. Yeah, supplies are often a struggle, aren't they?
I thought we would see more from Hungary, because they seem to be digging deeper into their pockets than anyone else. But I was amazed that Ukraine invaded our homeland, like not our homeland, but
this
our
is
home
the thing.
continent.
If we don't kick him out soon, Hungary's going to see that as an open invitation to start moving in through this city.
Yeah.
And he's got some formidable units, so we need to kick him out and then get some radars down there and possibly some boats, just to keep watch, so they don't see it as a point of weakness.
Yeah.
My guess would be Hungary would be wanting to invade through like Mauritania or Morocco. And Tim, there was something that happened on the west of Africa before, wasn't there? What was that about?
When? What, yesterday?
Yeah.
So it was. What do you mean, the naval contacts?
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. So I had my ships still sat around the sort of mouth into the Mediterranean, like between Africa and Spain. I've pulled all my troops out from there now because it was just getting a bit dangerous with Hungary being on the border. But I did spot a naval contact with my destroyer, and then I brought my big stack of ships in to sort of investigate it, followed them all the way around the coast of Africa, like back to our home cities, just in case someone was on the way there, and never saw anything. So I've got no idea where they went. They were sort of like southwest of Portugal, that sort of line going from kind of like the middle of Portugal, just southwest, not like hugging the coast. So no idea where they were going or who they were.
Who knows? It could have been like an odd Spanish troop.
Yeah, maybe like stubs or something, sort of preparing to launch missiles onto our cities. I don't really know. Like maybe Hungary's
he's got a. It will be. He's got a missile sub, hasn't he? Because we saw that early on in the game, like quite a while ago now.
Oh yeah,
ballistic sub launcher. Ooh.
Could stick some radars on the Portuguese islands of Azores and Praia. Have you got any spare radars? Tim?
No, I've not built any new ones for a little while.
Oh, okay.
I've only got. I don't even know where they are.
I think I've got like one somewhere.
Two, I think.
I'm going to stick one out there. Just because it'll probably may catch somebody moving past the west of Africa.
Yeah, we've got an island out there, haven't we? Is that what you're talking about?
West
Praia.
of Mauritania and Senegal. So, yeah, Praia. It's kind of hard to see, so it'd be quite a good covert place to get some radar coverage.
Yeah, that would be cool. Yeah, okay, yeah. It's a strategic point, isn't it? On the north coast of Africa, near Tripoli, there's a little island east, and I'm building an airfield. Because I was thinking, tiny little island, you might not see the icon, or they might. I don't know. But just thinking about backup airports and stuff.
Oh, yeah, that's a great idea. Or even like Sirte, or just any of these islands where we get just like a rough coverage of all of like the north coast of Africa.
Yeah,
that'd be really great.
I wonder how much defence they've got in their home cities. Oh God, have you seen Hungary's capital? They've got a level 4 airbase.
Yeah, he's probably building bombers of himself. He may have naval recon too. I know he's definitely got some theatre defence. That was something our intelligence brought up. So they're going to have, a lot of defence. We could put in our action to run into Hungary at some point, but we're kind of a little bit on the back foot here whilst we're still taking Africa and Ukraine is invading. So how would you kind of want to play this? Like, what are going to be our next moves once we've taken Africa?
I think we need to go into the Middle East, really.
Yeah,
just keep expanding and just keep defending, because if we go into their territory, I think they'll completely destroy any army we send, no matter what. So we need to just keep building, I think. And your idea on helicopters, I think will be a pretty critical one.
Yeah, 100%.
Really good.
I think we just need to rely on having some well-defended air bases in the west in case armies do come in, so we can fly in planes, helicopters, troops, whatever is necessary. Especially when we've got all of our troops in the east, then the west of Africa is going to be very vulnerable. Maybe we could have some ships stationed out there, ready to move into the Mediterranean. What would be your thoughts on that, Tim?
Yeah, I think we need to wait until we've got much more significant naval presence.
Overwhelming.
Yeah.
We'll need stacks of frigates, stacks of destroyers, and stacks of cruisers. I want to build a stack.
Ahead. Like that, they've sped up a few naval cities, and for all we know, they could have sped up some boats. If we're not anticipating a naval battle, we've also got to consider if we make too many boats, that's going to be a massive drain on our resources. But we have been focusing on making frigates, right? Because that is going to be the most significant thing. Even if we're not getting in naval battles, we want to put them in the way of these bombers that Hungary and Ukraine are going to be sending our way, right?
Yeah, I really want to build a stack of like 2 or 3 frigates and 2 or 3 cruisers. I haven't decided which way round yet. Maybe 3 frigates, 2 cruisers.
And an officer goes a long way as well, because he has a bit of everything.
Yeah, I could go for an officer. Maybe even 2 stacks. But then we'd all move together.
Yeah.
If we were going to go and pay them a visit. But we've got a fair old defensive... I mean, we've got a fantastic defensive net of ships and subs around our home cities now. it's not going to be much of a push to send out an armada.
Not at all. I think because I've only got destroyers at the minute and I've got subs, I'm just going to focus on homeland defense. Um,
Hmm.
Tim, do you reckon your AIP subs are going to be defending or attacking?
They'll most likely be defending. I think
Okay.
once I get the full 10, I might send one stack roaming and keep one back.
Yeah, that makes sense.
On the level 3. Because a lot of that area is like coastal around Greece and Italy. So they'll be very strong against any ships that are around there.
It is. So I've got the deep waters covered, and then we've got we're currently covering about 4 strategic points now. But we need the estuary, the Nigerian estuary covered. And I'll keep some ships directly outside my city, and Tim, you'll probably keep some outside yours. So just 3 points in the shallows to defend, and I'm choosing to cover 2 in the deep waters right now. One which is just west of this gigantic river running through Africa, which could be used to flank us.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, yep. Yeah, it runs all the way through.
I reckon once we've taken Africa, we're not going to be contested much in the south. I think we're just going to be facing bull runs directly into Egypt, because Ukraine's already shown its intent to just charge directly at us. Not exactly sophisticated, but it's taken us by surprise. That's for certain.
Yeah, how are they doing? What's their infrastructure like? So they've got level 3 airbase. It looks pretty normal, their infrastructure. They've played a good game, haven't they, to get 2 bombers out and start bombing us and landing on our shores.
But they've only got level 2 ports, so they can only possibly have, what is it, frigates and frigates and corvettes at level 2? Is it, Tim? I
Yeah,
believe.
frigates and corvettes. And they
Yeah.
could have built the elite subs, but that's all
So
of
I
it.
mean, there's nothing to stop us just taking a run directly at Kiev once we've got a big enough navy. But we're going to be
Yeah,
reaching quite a bit until we've established a decent base within the Middle East.
yeah. Because once we get the Middle East a bit more taken, we can make a proper in run into Kiev and just if we can take out one of their players and make them a 2-person coalition. We're halfway there. Either the UK or Ukraine are most vulnerable, but if we go Ukraine, then that gets us closer to Hungary, which might be more valuable.
Oh, and I know Ukraine is currently fighting Russia as well, so some of his forces are going to be away from home. Good news. So he's fighting a split war. I've noticed the UK has annexed a lot of cities. So has Hungary, including the Zaragoza complex, and you've got Vicenza. I'm particularly worried about the UK because he's just been sitting there building up. So we've got to be careful not to poke the bear with those two, and maybe just keep the war between us and Ukraine.
Okay, yeah, I can see UK's annexed 3 cities, 2 components, and a rares. So components, what's he going after with components then? So he's got level 2 army base, level 1 air base just about, level 2 air base, level 1 air base, and the level 5. So for ships he's only got level 2 naval base, level 1, level 2 naval base. So he's either building, what is he building? Level 5 army base. He could be building all sorts, couldn't he? Like main battle tanks and God knows what.
I mean, at this point in the game, we can just assume the enemy has whatever they desire. Maybe apart from nukes, unless they're gold building that. It's really a question of what their strategy is, and hopefully they're lacking somewhere. So if we have a good range of things to attack and defend with, then we can catch them off guard.
Yeah, and if we can move in one team, then we're going to have a huge advantage. So I really want to get researching some of the higher levels on some of this stuff, so I can fly around. So level 4 on a lot of things like armored fighting vehicles then means you can fly them around instead of just walking them around. Same with support vehicles. So I'm going to be really pushing the research, because the quicker we can respond all together in force in certain areas, the better, I think.
Yeah, I think when we go into the Middle East, we should start by taking the Medina complex. Doesn't really matter who takes it, and then we should immediately build an airport on there.
Yeah.
Lock that down. That'll mean going to war with Oman. So it could be 1 or 2 of our jobs to push down away from the main battlefields towards there, and that will give us quite a few cities which are clustered together. Meanwhile, we could choose to go to war with Transcaucasia and Iraq, or kind of skirt around them. Eventually, we will need to go to war with Iraq, though.
Yeah, and it's all about closing off these wars, isn't it? So Transcaucasia is doable. So is Iraq and Oman. They're all doable, aren't they?
Yeah, absolutely. We just got to be careful we don't reach a critical mass. So I'm at war with 3 players right now: Ukraine, Ethiopia, and Egypt, because I can't get the last bit of that land. Sometimes you'll find if you have a big fight with an NPC and you kind of win a few battles, then they'll put a ceasefire to you. So if you get any of those, it's worth considering taking them.
Yeah.
But sometimes they don't. So Egypt's perfectly happy to still be at war with me, even though he's got no cities remaining. So yeah.
Oh well, that'll be easy enough to lock off. He's only got a few things across the pond, doesn't he? I know you've got to get there, but
just getting there. Yeah.
You know, you could send a troop up there to land grab maybe at some point.
Yeah, 100%. Like as soon as I've taken Mecca and the Medina complex, that'll be the next place I'll go.
Yeah. Well, I'll certainly come across with you once we've finished Africa off, and maybe even Madagascar. I mean, we could do with a bit of help with the ships for Madagascar. So, you know, just soften them up, send a little... what have I got? I've got a cruiser that can attack 4 against troops and 3 against hard targets. But causes quite a lot of collateral damage, but he's on his own, so I can't really give him an escort. If they've got like a couple of destroyers, I might be in trouble. But I am building a second cruiser as we speak, ready in 17 hours, so I could send them 2 over to Madagascar, start softening them up.
Think you'll move into Zambia as well?
Oh yeah. I'll just keep flushing down. Yeah, we'll just keep going for it until we've done them all. Probably do Zambia first, and then hop out into the Gascar.
Yeah, absolutely. You probably move in Kapoko, which is just south of Mbeya, where you're headed now.
Yeah.
Just straight into its home cities.
Mbeya. No, I was going to try and say something funny, but I'm just not funny.
Think about it for a bit and see if you can come up with a pun. It sounds a bit like maybe. Mbeya.
Exactly.
Yep. There we go. Did you like that one, Tim?
No.
No. There we go.
Trying to work out where these planes are going. They're going to Georgetown, where there's a 4 out of 10 airbase. You know, the 4 air superiority fighters from Transcaucasia.
Oh yeah.
They've lost their airport and they're going to the nearest friendly airport. And it's on the north, sort of the north coast, just east of South America, and it's a 4 out of 10 airbase. They're only just operational at 4 out of 10. Wonder why he's gone there. Do you think he's in? They're in coalition. It's odd that it's just chosen there to send them.
No, it's not. I think the computer just I don't know what the AI does. The AI is weird. They get like right of way randomly with countries.
Okay.
Um,
Yeah, who knows? Maybe there are rules around it. I'm sure. Like it could be the most peaceful country or the most dormant or an active country, or who knows? Be interesting to know. I'm afraid my Sam hasn't kicked off against these big bombers, but they are a bit far away.
Oh, but you're at war with him now.
Yeah, I am. I declared war a little while ago, earlier today. So
Oh, nice.
I think I did anyway. How do you double check? Not doing anything. Um, how do you check who you're at war with again?
You can go to the diplomacy tab and then filter by their relation. Click it a couple of times.
Oh
You'll
yeah,
see all of the players who you've defeated as well.
yeah. I'm at war with Ukraine, so that's fine. But we're not at war with Hungary yet, are we? Or the UK?
Fortunately not.
So got to beware of sneak attacks there.
Yeah, I feel a lot more comfortable having a decent set of strikes. So I'm building a fixed wing officer to help me out with that.
Yeah.
So I've been losing a few planes. Yeah, hopefully we should be able to get around quickly enough to defend ourselves.
Yeah, I really want to build some bombers now that I've seen them in action. I'm a bit gel.
I just think they're so weak. We already know they have anti-air, so that they'll just sink like a lead balloon.
Yeah. You're...
I mean, you could stick some air superiority to accompany them against other planes.
Yeah,
But
but
really, you need to get in close and personal to destroy their anti-air with helicopters or ships or missiles. If you're going to do that anyway, you might as well just use those to destroy the cities.
so if you're going for helicopters, do we need to have a few more airfields? Because they've got a really short range, haven't they?
Well, don't worry about that too much. I'm thinking like worst case scenario, if we get invaded, they'll fly from the airports we currently have.
Yeah.
But I doubt I'm going to use them aggressively
Homeland
unless I go
defense.
for something ridiculous like an aircraft carrier because they can naturally land on those. Um,
Yeah.
Later on, we were to build an airfield on somewhere like a lot closer, like Crimea. That would be a good idea. But yeah, even if I was to build it on my closest province, it's going to be too far away to hit any of their home cities. So just have a defensive stack as a backup. I'm thinking.
This is just going to be a hell of a game of best trade-offs ultimately, isn't it? How badly can we hurt them and how little can we lose?
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
what it's going to be about. It's going to be absolutely ultimate, and they're a massive coalition. They've taken the whole of Europe and even the Nordic lands and cracking into Russia. And
Ukraine's lost 7,000 troops so far. I've lost 2,000. So this is just
yeah,
a big war of attrition, isn't it?
yeah,
And we've proven against every player we've come across so far, including Algeria most notably, that we can win that war.
yeah. But these guys are on another level. They've even got more land than us, haven't they?
They do more land, more resources, so we've got to make more with what we do. Each troop we have has probably got to count for two of their troops or three of their troops. But you know,
Yeah, at
it's
least.
us using our wit and cunning in battle which will make those trade-offs and yeah, really make the difference. But in the meantime, I think we should start annexing some cities if possible. Once we've got a good cover of anti-air and we're not at
Yeah.
imminent risk of invasion. So,
Mm,
you know, there's never really a best time, especially considering a lot of these cities are coastal and they're highly likely to be invaded. You never really know.
it's not easy. Not easy being me. Or you. Oh,
Interesting, though.
we can see those troops on the north coast of Africa. I'm just out of range of the current airfield I'm in, but I don't want to go from the victory site airfield, because that's just putting all the eggs in one basket, I think. Because if the bombers do take it out, and I've had it where I've hit something, had to go back to an airfield to refuel, and then you hit when you refuel. I've only got 2 strikes. I've built up 2 strikes after losing a lot of them early on. Don't want to lose them again.
I've got 14 defense against planes directly on here now, and I'm going to have a theatre defense here in like 12 hours. And you've got 1 SAM there. I think we've got enough right now.
Yeah, theatre defence will be nice, and then we're laughing. Go on then. I'll crack into these troops. It'll take a little while to go to the next airfield, because I'm at another one that's further away. Oh yeah, your theatre defence is on its way, literally. They're so slow, aren't they? Movement speed of 0.5. It could be worse. It is pretty much flat ground all the way there, so it could have been going through mountains, and then you're really waiting. Oh, so you got 2 theatre defence. Level 3, nice. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, got another one on the way. So I think I'll want to have 6 or more. Stick 1 on every important airfield, 1 on all of my home cities. Maybe donate some to some shared airspaces.
Yeah.
Just really go all out.
And we'll accidentally be hitting his bombers, clipping them on the edge of our air defence network, really.
That's what I'm looking forward to. There's nothing better than hearing that anti-air go off, seeing it.
I know. It's a good rush seeing that pop off. Have you hit that stack of troops? Yeah, you have. So they're still there. Are they...
Oh, these are Tim's ones. Are you getting a reading on how many troops you're...
I think they're running away. The troops are running away.
Oh, they are actually. They weren't before. They were just sat there. Now they're leaving. I mean, what is this for an attack? This is just.
It's landed.
Pathetic.
Now
Wait,
he's
he's
running
had no
away.
anti-air, and he's reinforced with like 1 tank destroyer, and I reckon this is 1 or 2 remaining troops. Yeah. Okay. Right. If you can just finish him off, then I'll just I think I'll gather a bit of a considerable stack there and retake that land just in case, because I've been stupid and I've lost 2 troops up there. Just because I didn't realise he had some reinforcements. It's not ideal.
Yeah, but it's easy enough to do. But now we know how he plays.
Yeah.
Or a little bit.
I think the bombers is a good tactic, but the invasion strategy is a little bit weak.
Yeah, and he did it on his own. I mean, why would you do that when you're in a coalition with 2 huge players? God knows what they're thinking.
Yeah, or it could be some distraction and we could have a load of armies somewhere else. You never know. But it's all about coordination, isn't it, really? So if this isn't a distraction, then I think I'll be disappointed.
I mean, it's very hard to coordinate with randomers on this game. We've been in coalitions with random players before, and
Yeah,
you can only do so much. Like, no one ever really. There's never any communication whatsoever. Like,
yeah.
it's everyone's just playing their own game, and you kind of win based on what you do. You can't rely on your teammates, so
Everyone
maybe
thinks they're right.
Ukraine's the weak link in their coalition.
Mm.
And they might ditch him, or they might not try too hard to look after him if he gets in trouble.
Yeah.
And it's that sort of thing that we want to happen, because if
Yeah.
you're in a big coalition and then one of your players just goes AFK, then suddenly that's your battle plan gone, because after 3 days then they leave your coalition, and then you've got to decide whether to take their land or ignore them and risk getting invaded later on down the line. Suddenly you've lost a third of your points and
Yeah.
a third of your ground. You may not be able to fly into, certain airports. So really, you've got to know and trust your coalition and their battle plan. And just communication is obviously is so important in a strategy game. We keep each other updated, don't we, with any developments?
Yep, on the
Yeah.
WhatsApp.
24/7. Yeah.
And yeah, we're on WhatsApp and hopping on, giving each other warnings every now and then.
Yeah.
And,
Or if somebody's asleep, a call.
it has been
It's
known.
unheard of.
It has been known. It has been known for a call not to wake said person up.
No. Yeah. Although that may have been like the day after I'd stayed up ridiculously late on another battle or something like that.
Hmm. Oh, this is going to be fun, this one. It really is. Because this is such a blatant and massive standoff across the Mediterranean. And the fun could really start kicking in when China starts getting a bit nearer. They're still miles away, aren't they?
Yeah.
Biding their time.
What's he actually up to? He's taken
He's leading the
India.
way.
Okay, he's like sort of taking fresh land in the south of India at the moment. Well, not India, but all of those regions of what is India.
There was
Yeah.
like 3 different countries there at the start, I believe.
Yeah.
Marathi Federation, Greater Tamil Khan, Hindustan. Yeah, a lot of areas to take. And then as soon as he starts cracking into the Kyrgyzstans, Turkmenistans, there'll be another like 20, 30 cities there for him. And it's interesting. Like we didn't start this game anywhere near the Middle East, but just like our last game, we're kind of being drawn into this theatre around Turkey and Syria again.
Into the middle.
Yeah.
But at
It's
least
sort of
our
bridged
home,
between everything, isn't it?
at least our home cities aren't in the middle there. They're tucked out of the way, which is
Yeah.
the main thing, because that's where they were
We are in
before.
a nice location.
Yeah.
We can lock this down with anti-air, and it's safe. It's out of range of a lot of stuff. It takes a long time to get to us.
Yeah.
We protect the waters, protect our cities with AA. Should be
Yeah.
fine.
I've got my sights on Diyarbakir in east of Turkey. It's like a central point we'll most likely be fighting around.
Yeah.
That's what I'm doing.
And yeah, I mean, the more of that land we can take, the closer we can get to the Ukraine's home cities. That might be a good tactic in. And then once we've got land in Ukraine, we can then push toward Hungary, and their home cities.
It's interesting. It's a bit difficult to see because they're both blue, but he's kind of started cracking into Greece. But he's also kind of decided to skip past them and go straight to Heraklion. Oh no, sorry, he has pretty much taken all of Greece. He's just left a few islands.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, big jump over, and as soon as he got near, he thought, "Oh, I'll just keep going."
Yeah, absolutely. I would guess if he gives up on his invasion, he's probably going to start going into Turkey.
Oh yeah. Yeah, he's got to come back with something bigger and better.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe. It's not a very focused attack. Okay, it's an interesting one. If you hit those, that main battle tank... Oh, you have, haven't you, Tim? So that's the main battle tank and the motorised infantry in South Africa has been hit by a stack of 5 strikes. They'll have taken barely any damage. And one more run back, they'll destroy them. Very nice. Yeah.
Yeah.
You're flying out of here. Okay.
Yeah, I
Kinshasa.
built an airport in Lubango for Tim.
Yeah. I'll move them a bit closer after this attack's over.
Yeah, you're going to be able to lock off this western portion fairly easily, and then there's a little bit of jungle to contest with.
Yeah.
There's actually quite a lot of open lands, not too many mountainous provinces until you start getting to Mozambique. Not
It's
too
all
bad.
it's all like freshly fought over, so there's not much resistance really.
Yeah, yeah, which is ideal, really. Madagascar's. It's going to take a deceptively long amount of time, even if you've got your ships there. It may take a few days just to pap away at the troops.
Yeah, we're getting there. And once we've taken South Africa, go on to the Middle East and just focus on that altogether, so it's quick. And we can close off wars quickly. Maybe that's the idea.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, 100%.
Well, I think that's good for me. Any last thoughts?
No, not at all.
No, not today.
All right, well, it's goodbye from me.
It's goodbye from me.
Goodbye from me.
Over and out.